it's Christine again. I'm making another video about stress. Today I am doing videos to kind of address the biggest issues that most of you come in with on a regular basis. And I think during this time of a lot of changes happening because of the coronavirus, this is a good time to talk about stress. So today we're going to focus on how to handle stress. So I have already done a video about positive coping strategies, things that you can use or try to have a balance in life, I did a balance wheel video about trying to keep a balance in your life. We've done one on sleep, we've done one on safety and fear. Today I wanted to do one about stress. So if I would ask you to make a list of things that you're the most stressed about today, most people would say they're worried about their health. Because of the coronavirus, we're worried about who's going to get it and how sick are people going to get. Most people also would say they're worried about money. I'm going to write these down as we go through. I would say health is one. I would say money is another, because definitely things are changing. I would say probably another thing people are worried about is basic needs. Will there be enough food? Will there be enough toilet paper? Things like that. Will we have money to pay our finances? Most of us would say maybe the economy. Kind of, what are things going to cost? How is this going to affect us? Our business is going to be able to stay open. Some people will say they're worried about their family and friends, their health, their everything. We worry about other people. How are they going to do this? What are they going to do if this happens? We worry about other people a lot. A lot of people would say right now they also may worry about the weather. This is the season where we're getting into spring storms are coming. I don't know. Maybe they're worried about how they're going to stay connected. Things like that. If we asked you to make a list of your biggest stressors, chances are you would say some of these things, and you may have other things on your list. Most of the time, I would say 95 to 100% of the time we write down our list of worries, almost always they're about things that we can't control. We can't control this virus. It's a reality, it's a fact. This virus is out there. But if we stay focused on all of the things that we can't control, and if we stay focused on our worries, it's very counterproductive. So what I wanted to talk with you today is thinking about the things that we can control. So I made a list. This is called a T-chart. I wrote down things I cannot control and things I can. So if you would write down the list of things that you worry about, most always they're going to be on the list of things I cannot control. And you may argue, yeah, I can control those things. And I'll show you, yeah, you can. We can't, maybe if I would write the virus, if I would write coronavirus, that is something we can't control. Maybe our health, where we're going to get it or not, that's something we can't control. However, we can focus on making a list of what we can control. What we do know about the coronavirus is that if we wash our hands, is the first thing that they're saying. Wash/hygiene. If we're keeping ourselves safe, doing hand washing for 20 seconds with soap. If we are social distancing, if we are keeping ourselves away from big groups of people, if we are maintaining that 6 feet distance when we do get together, if we are, I guess this would be on our own health, making sure we get good sleep, making sure we're eating healthy, making sure we're taking our vitamins, making sure that we are taking care of our emotional part too. I mean, using those positive coping strategies, we can keep track of what we can control. So for my health, I could say 8 hours of sleep. I could do my best to do that. I could eat healthy. And if finances are a problem and I'm struggling with food, I can call that 211 number and figure out how to get more food. If I maybe make the structure and the menu and plan ahead, I might be able to figure out how to get myself from paycheck to paycheck, or from the time I go to the grocery store until the next time I go to the grocery store. If I want tips and strategies for any of those things, I can reach out to other people. I can do online searches for ideas for menu planning on a low budget. I can do work with friends and family, or look online for different ways to um, connect with the food bank if I need to do that. Money. There's another thing that we cannot control. All we can do is have a budget. The other thing that they're saying is banks are changing, credit cards are changing the way they're doing things. We can reach out, we can make a budget, we can call and ask. For example, if I'm going to be late on my rent this month because it doesn't look like my work is going to be offering me the availability to work, I want to call my landlord or my mortgage company and say, this is what's happening, this is temporary, how can I work through it? I can make plans. Call to make plans. I can reach out. A lot of times, credit card companies, same thing. They know what you're going through because everybody in the world is going through this in some degree. So call out, make plans, redo your budget, control what you can. Instead of worrying, I'm worried about all the things that I can't control, focus on what I can control. With money, it might come down to prioritizing. If you call your landlord or your mortgage company or your bank and you find out what things are going to do, and you do revise your budget, you're going to want to make sure that you can afford your medication. You're going to want to make sure you can maintain that roof over your head while delaying those payments. The next thing you're going to think about is, I want to make sure we have food. I want to make sure we can keep our water and our electricity running. And I know that they've extended cutoffs for those. If you are a person who struggles paying your bills, contact Operation Threshold to see. They're extending the guidelines for how long they're going to offer assistance for programs. Contact that 211 number and ask them about how this is working. They're going to keep you connected with the people that have the programs so you can make some plans. Educate yourself about what's happening out there with those plans related to food and electric bills, water bills, sewer bills, whatever you have for bills. Many times the cable companies or internet companies are even offering free services right now during this time. Call those companies and make some plans, or make some plans as far as, if I can't pay my bill, can I keep this service? I'll be on a payment plan. Are you extending any opportunities for people to maintain those services? Same with your cell phones. Call your cell phone company, talk to them about those things so you can make plans. Instead of sitting home worrying and waiting for them all to get shut off, make some phone calls. Do your part. Figure out what you can change. Your budget can change significantly if you do those things. If you are a person who has a hard time talking on the phone, get online and send messages. Most of those companies have message board systems, so you can send them an email, so you can send them a text message. I'm not sure what your companies have available to you, but reach out online if you can. If you don't want to make the phone calls and they don't have online opportunities, reach out to a family member who can do that with you. Sometimes it's helpful to write out a script ahead of time. So when you get them on the phone, you can say, I'm really nervous, I don't like talking on the phone, I'm going to read to you what I have written down and then I'll wait for you to answer. Do whatever you can to work through that so you can make some plans, so you can change your budget if finances are a problem. Okay? So that's with basic needs as well. Make a plan. Figure out how often you're going to need to get to the grocery store. Make a list. Make that menu so you can plan on what you're going to eat. Basic needs should be met because just like before this virus happened, if you're talking to me on your computer, you already have a computer. Most likely you have internet, you have a phone, you have a place to live. Those things are in place already. And we talked about you can make the phone calls to get extensions on bills during this time. The next part is the economy. Kind of the same thing. Make a plan, do my best. I can't control the world. I can't control the stock market. Those things are outside of our control. To spend a lot of time worrying about them only hurts you. And it's like, the saying is, it's like chewing bubble gum to solve a math problem. The more you worry about it, it's not going to change it any more than chewing bubble gum could solve your math problem. So focus on what you can change. Next thing about family and friends. So we can't control other people. We can't control what they do, what they say, how they live, how they spend their money, where they go, any of those things. Everyone gets to choose. You can let them know what you are worried about. You can let them know that you love them and you care for them and you hope they make good choices. But what they choose to do is up to them. So if you have loved ones that aren't making choices that you agree with, remind yourself, I can only control me, and make a plan for what you can control. Make that schedule for your day. Distract yourself with positive things. Maybe this is a good time to start a new hobby or a new interest or a new series that you can watch on the TV. Do what you can do to distract yourself instead of spending time worrying about things you cannot control. Distract yourself from your worries, reminding yourself other people get to pick their own futures. I can only control my own. So you can make a list of things that make me happy, things that make me forget my worries, and focus on doing those things. Schedule your day where you can have a time where you have fun time. Schedule your day where maybe you decide you want to have a productive time, where you can work on cleaning one room a day, things like that, just to stay busy and keep your mind off of all of the things you cannot control. The next thing is the weather. All you can do is have a plan, keep your eye on the weather, pray if you're a faithful person, if spirituality is part of your life, and just like every other year, we can worry about it, but it is what it is. We can keep ourselves prepared, we can pay attention to the weather changes, but always, all we can do is just do the next right thing. We weathered many storms together, whether it's a spring thunderstorm, a tornado, or a snowstorm. All we can do is make choices for us to keep ourselves as safe as we can and keep focused on our part in doing our part to keep us safe. So we didn't talk about every worry a person could have, but if you use this chart and you keep focusing on the things that you can control, your life will be a whole lot better. So the saying goes, to continue to do the same things over and over again, expecting different results, is an insanity. So make changes to focus on what you can do, because you can control you and your little part of your world, and let everybody do the same thing. You can communicate your thoughts and feelings and worries and your plans to other people, but you get to let other people make their plans. Just like I wouldn't like someone to call me and tell me what I should do today, I don't want to call other people and tell them what they should do. All I can do is share my plans, do my part to take care of me, and hope everybody else does the best they can. Another thing that many times people come in and they talk about, I'm worried about other people because they have problems I cannot solve. Sometimes just listening is all that they need. They don't need you to fix their problems. They need to be heard and understood. It's a human nature, a human need. We all need to be heard and understood. You can share with them the things that you're doing. You can ask them to write down the list of their worries and how they can change it into what can they control, how can they set goals to keep focusing on doing the next right thing for them in those areas instead of staying focused on what they can't worry about. You can go to the previous videos, refer your friends and families to them if those were helpful to you. They may be helpful to them also, but don't feel like it's your job to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. Everyone is out there doing their part to do the best they can. If you're interested in reaching out to other people, you can call 211 and ask if there are volunteer opportunities you can do. Check with your friends and family if you want to help, but don't feel like it's your job to take care of everybody or everything. Possibly your part is just taking care of you, keeping yourself healthy and safe. Thanks. Have a great day.